I I have a very bad voice today, but it's not gonna stop me from doing what I'm about to do, which is the fact that I came across the site called SurrealDB. It's a site for um, it's a site about a product called SurrealDB. So SurrealDB is like um, um, let's say database from the future. You know, it allows you to create a front end that can be directly connected to this database. I'll show you a couple of things. Oh, we could just read it off here. It says SeroDB is the ultimate cloud database for tomorrow's application. Things I can remember about this website is this software is you could connect to it directly from your client's application right out of React or Vue or anything like that. And then you could also connect to it from your backend, and stuff like that. It's just, let me just say, very forward moving and all that. You can see here it says designed to be flexible, CRUD support, GraphQL coming soon, JSON RPC, blah blah blah, and all that. So that's not why I'm here today. So one thing I discovered is the site actually is very fast. As you can see, if I click install, it comes on quickly. Products, everything is sort of kind of fast to me. And when you load the site on the first load, it's kind of very fast too, in my opinion. Can you see? So it means I love, I love it. And so I went to look around and find out what it was built in. Um, what is, although I've done this before, but I'm just doing it so you could see. No, the website. No, no, no. I think the website was built out of EmberJs. Um, coming. So I think the website is open source. Yeah, right here. So yes, it's built using EmberJS. I think I've heard about Ember. A lot of people have, but never done anything with it. So I was just thinking I could try it out today, but I'll do something with it in public and everyone can see me do something with it. And I hope I don't mess this up. So first thing, let's close this up. Um, so we'll just type EmberJS and then see what it's about. So it says, I'm gonna be quite fast about this. Don't want to waste your time. So it's a framework for ambitious web developers. It's productive, battle tested, blah 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 blah. Don't like stories. Um, it's build pipeline. I'm just trying to build a very simple application with it. So this is routing, data layer. I think most of this JavaScript stuff has routing, at least the major ones. Data layer. You can use any data layer for your app. Testing, that's necessary. Yeah, performance. You're not expecting you to say it's not performant. So that's it about it. So I think the next thing we want to do is get to the get started page. Let's try the docs. And so let's get it started. Um, nope. Yeah, quick start. So come to Amber. So now let's get to it. The beautiful part. I always love this, when trying out something new and all that. So going to use hyper. Why is it not coming up? Yeah. Yeah, there's hyper. I think I may want to split my screen. Hope that works out well. Doesn't work well all the time. Cool, there's now. So I'm gonna create a new file. mkdir um test ember, or let's just give it a stupid name, EmberX, cd EmberX. So it's a new project, but before we do that, we need to install this globally. as is always expected of most major um, JavaScript apps, those having the CLI and all that. So while it installs, we could read this through. Definitely have npm installed. That's why this works. You need to have npm installed. And then it says, beautiful. The CLI allows me to create a new application. So once you've installed the Ember CLI via npm, you'll have access to the new Ember command in your blah 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 and all that. So I think I'm just gonna wait for it to install, then we'll come back. Thank you. Let's clear this. So cleared. Then what we want to do is we want to create a new application. So I think the command you use is ember new. Then I think here should be the name. Then it has an extra argument option, whatever you want to call it. This is lang en and all that. And so I think what we want to do now is we want to delete the folder we previously created, and then we want to create a new one. But now we don't want to do it ourselves. We want Ember to do that for us. So what we want to do is cd back, then I remove EmberX. Oh, sorry. So I want to use Ember to create EmberX again. And if you're wondering why I'm using EmberX, that's because I just finished watching a movie on Prime called, I think, A Night in Miami, about Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali call himself Cassius X, whatever. That's why I'm using EmberX. So, Ember new EmberX, and let's just follow what they did. Use the language, since we're using English here, Langian. So this is the application we create that we create a new directory called Ember Quick Start, and then blah 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 blah. Then we cd into the folder. Then we do Ember serve. So once again, wait for this to install, and then we come back. While installing this, it could be with network connectivity. So I look for ways to solve that. I'll probably rerun this. If it gives the same problem again, then I was just trying to fix this and then let you guys know how I was able to fix that. I think it works fine now. And so what we want to do is we want to cd into the EmberX, and then so when we do that, I think right here it's saying Ember serve, but what we checked initially was saying I should run Ember npm start, but then for that reason, let's take a look at the code base itself. So if we look into the code base, let's do it on the side. Let's check should we have the package.json. Check the script files. So we don't have a dot. We don't have. Okay, we can run Ember serve because the Ember serve is not an npm script. It's probably like a functionality on the Ember CLI. Definitely a functionality on the Ember CLI. But okay, cool. So running npm start is the same thing as running Ember serve. So I think it still makes a lot of sense. So let's do that. So it says run Ember serve. And I think what this is going to do for us is, have this thing running on a default port, rather 1720. And then, yeah, let's wait for that to happen. I think it's building, just like most JavaScript app does, especially in the front end. It has to build. Cool, so this is running on 4200. Funny thing here is the documentation is a bit different from what we're seeing in the actual reality. So beautiful. So I'm gonna enlarge my screen now so you could see it in full. Okay, I love this. This is beautiful. I really love the idea of like running an app and then running a new framework or anything like that, and then You already have something up. You don't have to start doing everything from scratch. React does that. I think most of them do it anyways. But I've been coding since the days of pure HTML, so it's a joy to see that. So it's even telling us to remove this welcome message, remove welcome page component from your, application.hps file, blah blah blah, and all that. So I think I've already achieved what I planned. It's to see how it works and all that. But before we close this chapter, we probably just want to see how it feels like to mess around with the code a bit. So to stop the server anytime, we could type Control C and all that. So let's do some editing. Beautiful. So bring you down here. So so we have several. So what should we do? Let's just follow the documentation. So we're saying we should write some HTML in a template. So I think there's a template folder which controls what we see right here. So I think it's in app and template in application.hps. I wrote a little bit of Express back in my day. I write a lot of Nest now, and I didn't write Express so much. I swiftly moved to things like Fastify and all, so I didn't really play that much with all those, templates. I've forgotten the name of those, templates we had back then. They still do definitely in Express, but so I think it's something similar that we have here. So we're saying there's a welcome page. So we could change here, and then we could edit application.hps and then use that to to change what happens right here. So it says embody text change files automatically. You see the welcome page has been replaced by people tracker, blah blah blah. So I think the documentation is a bit outdated. Yes, it is. Because what we're seeing is a bit different. Like here, depending, this, but this is what we have here instead. But I think it's self-explanatory, because if you look at here, we have the title is EmberX. I'm pretty sure if I change this to just Ember, it's gonna change right here to just Ember. Makes a lot of sense. That's the beauty of self-documenting variable names, whatever you want to call it. It's cool. Yeah. So come back here, and I see a welcome page that looks like a React, a JSX tag. So that tells me that somewhere in the code we have a welcome page. But let's see the documentation first before I jump into conclusions. So I'm gonna do some hacking right here. So I'm just gonna search for welcome page, and hopefully I find something. I didn't find anything. So I'll just look around and then get back. This is just like how would I put it, like a a like a fixed, component that was created by Ember. So it's not like it's inside the code, because I really can't find anywhere we can find welcome something. It's not. Oh, I think. Oh, cool. I think it's a it's a package. If you look at it, it's a package in the dev dependency, and that was why we were able to access it right here. That sounds really funny, because you know come on. But then it's a new, framework ecosystem something. So should expect that. So if you remove this, it should remove everything we are seeing here. I think so. Exactly. So I think what we want to do at this point is probably create our own, component. So I think might try to do something funny, which is probably, you know, go look for how to create my own component.